Hi everyone, it's Linda with stampwithlindawalsh.com. I want to show you what I'm making for my craft fairs. I thought I would use some current paper, and this is one that I did with the, something gala paper. So I made a couple of these, I bagged them up, and they look really cute, and they're nice little coworker gifts. Thank you gifts, something like that. But we're going to work on this one today. So let me put this aside. And this is what I started off with. This is from AC Moore. So what you're going to do is take off all your hardware, okay? I don't reuse this piece, so just to let you know, you'll see. Let me show you the back of one of mine. This is all I did, okay? So I don't reuse this piece. The holes are too small, the screws are too small, and I just can't be bothered. So I think this is just cute just the way it is. So let's get started. So next what I do is, let me get my piece in here, is I go in and I paint it. I paint both sides. See, this is my back piece. I paint just to cover my sides and a little bit on here in case I cut my paper a little too short. So let's start with, get out all my pieces. Let's start with this piece. This is from the Twitter Painted Design Paper, DSP. You're going to have to, I'm going to give you a basic dimension. Really do each piece as you go, measure, because I usually cut a little bit bigger to measure, just in case the pieces aren't cut exactly the way I want them. So this piece here is 4.5 by 3 7/8 wide. Alright, I'm just going to put that right on over. I'm going to use my liquid glue. I find it sticks better, especially I have to say, I'm going to Utah for the convention, so I'm so excited about that. But they ask you actually to use the glue with the climate, the weather, just the whole, so your pieces don't fall apart. So I'm also doing an outdoor craft fair next weekend, so, this weekend coming up. And I have to tell you, I think it's going to rain, so I probably will have to cancel. It's just that with paper products, I've done them with moisture in the air, and it kind of wilts your projects, being an outdoor fair and all. So I just glued that on. It really sticks nicely. I'm going to come back after it dries and just cut around my corners, see how they're a little bit curved. Okay, so now this piece is also from the Twitter Painted collection, and it's just going to go down here at the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. And glue on my pieces. Like I said, I'm finding I'm doing my 3D projects more with the Tombow glue, so you might want to invest in some of that. I think it works better. When I find new and different ways to do certain techniques, and hopefully I'm improving upon them. I have some projects that I've done this with that are still together, great shape. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut around the corner. You can do this after if you want to. Alright, so there, that is that. This is also the Baja Breeze. Just make sure when you do this piece, I'm actually going to cut it down a sliver because it's hanging over the side. I don't care if it's really that straight, because I have to tell you, I'm going to put my ribbon on it. And here is I'm just using pink. I have the satin ribbon left over, and I just want to use some of it up. So I'm just going to do that. Plus the notepad I'm using, I try and, decorate accordingly. So actually, let's keep that one right here for now. This, I just tape right onto the back. And the reason why I tape and I don't use my tape runner is because I want to be able to slide my ribbon under here to tie my bow. And if it's taped down, I won't be able to do that. I like this technique because you can also slide your ribbon around if you want it over to the side, if you want it in the center. You have that choice doing this. Okay. have some tape hanging over. Oh, this piece is also 3 7/8, but I just want you to take note, this is 1/2 inch ribbon. So if you're going to use a 1/4 inch ribbon, you're going to make this width short, thinner. This is 1 1/4 inches wide, and then I used my scallop. So I just taped that right onto the back. Simple dimple. Next, I just want to make sure, let's start on our saying here. I just want to make sure that I have enough room. So what I did was I cut one of these. This is the regular, I forget what the size is, but this is the first one they came out with. And all I did was I took my snips and I just went up each petal. This is now Baja Breeze, and this is the 1 1/4 one. I'll show you what I mean. So I did the same with this. I just went up just 1/4 inch. This kind of just gives it a little bit of dimension. It makes it look a little bit more like a flower, I think. I also use this technique on the note card box that we did earlier last month. So this set I'm also using on the same note card. I think this is a go-to set. I think this is a must-have in your library. It's the round array. Here it is here. This I'm using for you. The other one I did, You Make Me Smile, Thank You, K is for Kindness, and then there's just some empty ones in Be Mine. I think this is perfect for a lot of different occasions. So I'm just going to go still with the liquid, and I'm just going to put that right in the center. I like it because it gives you a second to slide it around if you're a little crooked. Okay, and then I did stamp out an Island Indigo, the For You. I'm going to put that on too also with just a dab. That's all you need. So I don't care if that's straight as far as upside down, because I can just turn my piece afterwards. Okay, so that is done. So reason why I did that next is I just want to make sure that I have this up. You can make sure you can put it up this high, but just take note too that then you want to make sure this has room. Okay, so granted this is going to be up a little bit higher. It's up to you. I'm thinking I kind of like it like this. I think I like it overlapping a tad, and I'm going to just use my Tombow again. Make sure you get your edges good so they don't stick up on you. Whoop. Okay. Try not to put too much so it's going to ooze, which I have a feeling mine will. That's why I said that. Let's see. Pretty much the same. I think I'm going to keep them the same because when I do the craft fairs and I have them all packaged pretty, which I can show you later, to have them all the same height up, I think it just looks a little more uniform. It makes it look a little like I planned it that way and not just haphazardly did it. Alright, now for this piece, I just took my dimensionals and I added those on just on the back of one of them, of the big one. And we're going to put that right on. It does go over. For my bow, I leave my ribbon on the spool, and then I just come in and I put it under and tie a knot. That's all I do for these because I just think it's all you need. And it's just easier. Like I said, now I can slide this if I'd like. Slide it around. Oops. Okay. Super. Now what I'm going to do, I need to find my holes, right? So I'm just going to come in the back and poke through. I probably should have done this first before I decorated. I wasn't thinking. Alright, and now I'm just wiggling that around just to open up my holes. Alright, let's go on to our back. So I cut this, I think it was 6 3/8 by 3 7/8, and like I said, then put it on because it It might be a little bit wider. I actually want to cut down my side just a tad. It depends on your piece. Okay, what's good about putting this border of paint is if, say I do cut this a little thinner than I want it, it's not going to be that noticeable. You're not going to see wood, you'll see the white, which the reason why I'm pointing that out is because that's exactly what I did in this case. Make sure you get good around your holes because that's going to poke through with the screws and you want it to really be adhered. Okay. Just going to look and make sure everything is pretty even. Okay. Just going to go back in and cut around my corners. You can also stamp on the back, you know, I probably should do it. Hand stamped by Linda Walsh, but I have to tell you, if I'm giving a gift away, I don't think I would want that on there. So I tend not to do that if I'm selling them. I just think it kind of looks a little tacky. But you're supposed to do it because it is a Stampin' Up! Product. Okay, so now I'm going to still make the holes in the front, so I'm just going to, in the back, so I'm just going to come from the front and poke them through. And then I'm going to come in and do the same thing. Make them wider. Alright, I'm going to come in, I'm going to go off camera and put this on. Basically, I'm just going to reattach it the way it came. It's just too cumbersome to do it with the camera, so I'll come back and put that on. Okay, so that's all attached. See, that's all I did. And then I just took my note, you can use notepad, post-its, whatever you want, and I just put those on in. So let's get to our pen. So what I did for my pen is I cut matching paper. It's an inch by 3 3/4. I'm going to have the blue side showing. And I'm just wrapping it around the stem of the pen, the barrel of the pen here. Simple. These are so simple to do, and it gives just a nice finished product. Okay, and my piece came off. And then I just kind of, sometimes I usually have to take my scissors and push it on down. There we go. I don't care if it's up here because the top will be screwed on. So you won't see a thing. Okay, so that part's done. And then I just took my ribbon and folded it, you know, I just eyeballed it, guys. You know, you can decide. The reason why I'm folding it, we're going to do this piece up top here. And then I do put these in a bag. And first of all, I'm taking the loop and I'm putting the two ends through the loop. And then I put these in a bag with the matching pen, and usually it sits like this. I have the bags fit perfectly. And then I wrap the bag with the same color ribbon. So let's just cut this down. Alright, and our project's done. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back for some more craft fair projects too. Bye-bye.